Welcome to another session of the Hebrew Interviews. My name's Dr. Trevor Udenis, and I'm your host. We're here today with Sister Norma, and so I'm going to turn right over to her and ask you, Sister Norma, would you introduce yourself to the world and tell them who you are? Who is Sister Norma?
Thank you, Pastor Dennis. Shalom, my brothers and sisters. My name is Sister Norma. I am in Antigua right now. I have 3 children, 2 sons and a daughter. Currently here, just basically trying to spread as much as I can, bring a little awakening to the people of Antigua and Barbuda for now.
Okay, so what's your spiritual background? What kind of spiritual background do you come from?
Okay, my spiritual background is that I came from an Anglican church. Like you know, every probably Caribbean culture, it's the Christian thing was engraved in us. It's something that we had to do. You had to go to church. You had to learn Bible verses. It was just the in thing you had to do once you're in the Caribbean, once you live in the Caribbean. Plus, we were raised by our grandma, or Nan, who religiously, you know, she doesn't go, but we had to go, and we liked it. It was a place that we get to go because we really didn't go anywhere. We had a strict dad who we weren't one of these privileged children who had, you know, opportunities to go here and there. So when Sunday time comes to get ready for church, it was good for us. It was nice for us. So I was basically raised in a church, the so-called Christianity religious thing.
So when did you start to awaken? What happened?
When did I start to be awake about that? I moved back to London. I grew up in London, but I moved back to London in 2008. And I would still attend church as usual. And then it was, because I mean, I've always loved the God and Jesus thing. And then one day my second son, said to me that he wanted to get baptized. This son of mine, I don't think you would know, but he's challenged with seizures. And he told me he wanted to get baptized. I wasn't born again. None of my family were born again. And he said he wanted to do it. And I said to him, you know, when you do something like that, you really have to be, you know, be ready, be true to yourself and make sure you stick with it. He said, you know, Mom, I want to do it. And so he did it. He got baptized. And then after about a couple of years, I got baptized and I got my daughter to get baptized. However, my husband and my oldest son, they're not into the church thing, not a Christian thing. My husband is he studied physics and mathematics, and he mainly, I wouldn't say he's an atheist, but he mainly goes to the science thing. It's very hard to convince him that, you know, in what I am doing and what I believe in, but I'm working on it. And so when I was in London, I would attend POF, Pillar of Faith Church. I don't think most of you are aware that that Dr. Dennis, Pastor Dennis, is my brother-in-law. He's married to my sister. And so I get a lot of teaching from him. I kind of miss him now because I'm in Antigua and I feel like a fish out of water because there's a lot of so-called religion and religious and sanctified Christian here that now I know who I am. It's kind of challenging to deal with them. So after attending Pastor Dennis's church, he got a revelation a couple of years ago that, you know, we cannot do church as usual. there's something more there. We cannot do church as usual. I remember him saying we cannot do church as usual. And then, of course, he truly loves Yahuwah. He truly is a gifted guy. His mind, his brain, everything is just brilliant about Dr. Dennis. And he started to tell us about who we are, you know, and it was really mind-blowing, because I tell you, if you used to do the Christian and the religious thing, and the funny thing about it is, if tomorrow he was to say, oh, we need to do something different, I would do my due diligence and I would change, because I believe when you hear something, and you're convicted of it, you should do something about it. You don't have to agree with what I say, but I believe that you should have at least take the time to check it out for yourself. You know, I consider my better half, my husband, to be highly intelligent, but I think he's lacking of common sense and wisdom, because no matter what I say to him, and the funny thing is, there's a lot of intelligent people around, however, they lack of common sense. I truly believe that, because in order to change, you have to put something aside and then bring in something. But most of us, we're not willing to move what we know. We're gonna stick with it. I mean, I have aunts who say, oh, I'm a Methodist and I'm gonna die a Methodist. Now, you know, that's gonna make you see the kingdom of heaven. You're not gonna get into heaven like that. You must be able to change, renew your mind, and say, even though you don't believe in what the person is saying, go home and study for yourself. The Bible says study to show yourself approved. Go and do your thing. Go and do your due diligence. So when he started to talk about that, and I thought, wow, when he told me that I am a Hebrew and I am Yahuwah's chosen people, girl and boy, I started walk like I own the whole of London. Now I'm in Antigua, I own the whole of Antigua, because I don't walk and look down now, because I am so proud of who I am now that I'm just so thankful that I'm alive to hear who I am, and that I am someone that Yahuwah see as extraordinary, who's unique than the other so-called people. It makes me feel good. It really makes me feel good. I mean, I've been baptized now for a number of years, and I was in London last year, and I am now baptized again in Yahuwah's way, because I truly believe, with all of my heart, that this way right now, being a Hebrew Israelite, is the right way to go. I've been listening to, I listen to everything, and then I make my decision. I know right now, it is not a good thing to be called a Hebrew Israelite. However, he said that you're gonna die for what you believe in. You're gonna die to call on him. And so if we're not prepared to die for our Yahuwah, then I don't know what's gonna happen. But I know for me, this COVID-19 now, everybody's running around, they shopping, they topping up their house with all sort of things. I know that my Yahuwah is gonna keep our people. He's gonna look after us. He's gonna protect us, because he's always with us. So we know he's not far. He's never far from us. So when I hear people say, oh, no, I can't do this, and everybody now is running to the church. The church now has become the in thing. But let them find a cure, and then nobody goes to church anymore. Me, I'm in this, and I'm in this until I die. I truly want to see Yahuwah's face. And so I'm going to do everything in my power to see his face, and to do and to follow the laws that he ordained and put down for us.
All right. So we are not Hebrew Israelites. We are Hebrew apostolics, Hebrew by identity and apostolic in our teaching and doctrine. However, I'd like to know something about some of the challenges that you have been facing. What are the challenges that you have faced since you've come into this truth?
Okay, wow, that is a brilliant question. My challenge right now is to convince my family, more so my husband, because the Bible said a man is the head of the home, and right now I believe that I am carrying the home, and I don't think that's what Yahweh was intended for me as a woman. My husband right now, you know, every day I get up and I pray and I ask Yahweh to make me be a blessing to someone in Antigua. I don't have, well, we don't have a lot of money. We don't have a lot of things. We're just ordinary people in Antigua. Yes, my husband is not a born again like me. He doesn't believe in what I believe in. He doesn't do what I do. However, I can see that, and I've been talking to him, and I mean, sometimes I do get mad, and I don't think that's Yahweh's intention for me to do, because he say, if you want people to comply, you have to sweeten your words. You have to do it in a nice way. However, I am seeing, after all my talking, that he's kind of complying. He's kind of getting ready to listen. I know I don't have Pastor Dennis here with me now, but what I do as someone who's in a Hebrew Apostolic in Antigua, we don't have a lot of that here. I used to go to a Seventh-day Adventist church, because the only reason why I attend, I'm not a member, I would go because of the Shabbat. However, it is their Shabbat, the Shabbat is on a Saturday, but what they teaching is not for me. And so they do ask me to come, but I say to them, no, I don't do the church thing anymore. I do have Shabbat, but I have my assembly that I tune into on Shabbat days, which is a Saturday, that I listen and get my teaching from, because what they teaching is not what I believe in. And I find now that I'm doing that on a Shabbat, when I'm listening to Dr. Dennis, I'm putting it loud, and my husband is also hearing it. And at the end of when Pastor would have already finished, we would discuss it, and he would say, yeah, but you know, Pastor said this, and I would say, okay, let's get our Bibles out. And he's now starting to comply and seeing that, you know, maybe something else is there. However, it is challenging for me, because although he's seeing something there, to me as a wife, he's still not taking the time out to do his due diligence, yet he would do it for something else. And I do have a problem with that, because Yahuwah is helping him, because he just needs to do it. I need to be covered, and he needs to come in line with Yahuwah and with me. So that's and my son also is not a born again, and I need them. I need my household to be saved.
Amen. Amen. So, in terms of experiences, what other encouraging experiences have you had? What other encouraging experiences have you had? Encouraging. What encouraging experiences have you had?
What other encouragement and experience that I have? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely. My encouraging experience is that, you know, I'm part of a group in London. I get to hear everything you guys say. I get to listen. I get to read. I get to ask questions. I can even get to, if I wanted to, get into Bible study on a Wednesday, I can. However, you guys in the UK have to understand that this is a third world country, and most of the time electricity is off, and therefore, once electricity is off, no internet will be there. However, I don't let it deter me, because I can still get it the next day when it comes up. I can simply go back into the group and I say, okay, well, so feast day is coming up. Okay, new, ooh, and I can still get it. So I am still really encouraged. However, I would have loved to have an assembly that I could go to on Shabbat and get more teaching. I think it would serve me more, because my goal really is to awaken and let the people of Antigua and Barbuda become more conscious of who they are, and the church thing is not really for them. But I myself need more teaching and more encouragement from my Hebrew brothers and sisters.
Okay. Well, there is a lot of teaching online under our YouTube channel, Hebrew Apostolic. There are lots of teaching there, as well as on our website, which is pillar.org.uk. But here's the question I have for you. My question is, since you have come into the truth, tell me about what the difference has been. The difference between being a Hebrew and being a Christian. What's the difference? The difference between being a Hebrew and being a Christian.
Oh boy, the difference between being a Hebrew and a Christian. The difference to me is that the lies, as a Christian, the lies that was told to us all these years ago from the Pope, the Catholic Pope, I am now, as a Hebrew, I am awake. I am awake, and I can no longer they can no longer deceive me, because I know who I am. I know that I am a person of color. I know that one day we all will go back to Israel. I know that until then, nothing really can happen. I know that being a Hebrew, I have to follow the laws of Yahuwah and do as he say. And I feel good about it. I really feel, just to find out that I'm a Hebrew, I feel very liberated, because religion and Christianity, now that I know, they just words. They bunch of lies, they pack of lies. It doesn't get me into heaven.
Okay. So now that you know who you are, now you recognize you are the people, tell me about what your spiritual ambition is. Your spiritual ambition. Did you get that? Your ambition.
My spiritual ambition now, now that I'm in Antigua, is to learn as much as I can about the Hebrews, so I can then pass it on or teach the people here in Antigua, letting them know who they are, that they are Yahuwah's chosen people, and that one day all the people that suppress us, we're going to suppress them. That's my spiritual goal right now. Can you hear me?
Oops. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Sister Norma? Norma,
Yeah.
what do you like the most about being a Hebrew?
What do I like most being about a Hebrew? Just the thought of I like being proud now. I like feel like I'm a queen. I like feel like I'm somebody important. I
Uh-huh.
feel that knowing that I am Yahuwah's chosen people makes me feel special. I really do feel like I'm a queen.
That's good.
Just knowing
That's
that
good.
I'm a Hebrew. I
Okay.
mean, I love my black skin. I just feel beautiful.
Wonderful. And what do you like least in the Hebrew movement? What do you like the least? What do you like the least?
What do I like the least about me now being a Hebrew? Not being able to share and bring consciousness to people of color.
Okay. So what would your advice be? What advice would you give to others today?
Okay. Yeah, my advice that I would give to others today, are we referring to people of color or the
General.
Gentiles? People of
General.
color?
General. Everybody.
Everybody on whole? Okay. I would advise to everybody that they need to be more, they need to have a relationship with Yahuwah. We know I just found out who I am for the past couple of years. However, a lot of people are still in the God thing. It's something that you can't just tell people, oh, you know, you need to change or you need to do this. You have to start to talk to people, letting them know, look, this is what it is now, and let them come into it for themselves. My aim is not to force anybody to do anything, because as you know, you force someone to do something and they're only going to do it for a little while. This thing is, it cannot be for a little while. It has to be, you know, a lot of us say we have a lifestyle how we eat. We have to have a lifestyle how we live. And that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay. Okay. Well, people out there hearing your story, you've given them a recommendation. Do you have any more advice?
I would advise to people out there, when people come to them and say, you know, I want to tell you a little bit about what I am into, I would advise them to listen, because they would listen to every other thing that's out there. So just take a few moments to listen. And when they listen and they hear, go away and do your due diligence. Check for yourself. You don't have to listen. You don't have to go on what I say. Go and make reference to yourself. Check it out for yourself. And then you'll know if I'm lying or not. That's my advice to people out there right now. Just go and
Wonderful.
check things out for yourself.
Wonderful. That's good advice. And I want to thank you for your time. I've enjoyed speaking with you. Now, if there is anything else you want to say, now is the time to say it. Anything else?
Okay, I just want to say now that I wish that Pastor Dennis was well enough to come to Antigua and Barbuda, because there's so many young people in Antigua right now. It's like they don't have a purpose. They need a purpose, They need to know that they belong to the Most High. They need to know who they are. And I believe that Dr. Dennis, as someone as prolific and of a man who's truly of Yah, can can bring this awakening to the young people in Antigua and Barbuda. However, I understand he also has a wife that she's just as good, that she can come to and just, you know, bring awareness and consciousness to our people of color, so they can walk a little bit more proud because they know who they are. They know that they're not ordinary. They are extraordinary. They would know that they are origin, then they are the original. Then so I know that might not happen, but that's what I would have loved. However, I am trying to learn and get as much as I can. So I can kind of take up that mantle, being here now that I've lived in Antigua, to carry on that work.
All right, so you are into that. I can hear it. I can hear your.
Hello.
I'm still here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, let's do that one more time. I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, it's a difficult one sometimes, the technology. But I thank you for your time, Sister Norma. And if people want to connect with you, people want to speak to you, how can they get you? Hello? Okay. Well, we seem to have lost Sister Norma, so I'm going to finish off here and now. If you want to connect with Sister Norma, you can email her at, what is it now? It's called English Ladybug at hotmail.com. So you can write to her and she'll further encourage you, especially if you're in the island of Antigua or the Caribbean in general. You can get her on English Ladybug at hotmail.com. Now, I would like to say to you before we finish that you must know Yahuwah for yourself. Don't depend on your pastor, your teacher, your mother, your father, or on anyone at all. If you have enjoyed watching this video with us today, then let me suggest that you like, subscribe, share, click the bell so that you can be encouraged and so that others might know. As you hear, you share. Hallelujah. I am the Hebrew Apostolic. And until next time, I want to say bye-bye, and you have a great time and live for Yahuwah. Amen.